NelsonJoypad.com bring you another original. It's fucking great.
Ubisoft have just made their DLC pack, Dead Kings, for Assassin's Creed Unity, free to download on the Xbox One. Now, the reason behind Ubisoft's decision has less to do with taking a bold step away from the paid DLC culture, and much more to do with damage control. It's no secret that upon the launch of Assassin's Creed Unity, the internet was flooded with complaints, from server and matchmaking issues that made the game borderline unplayable online, to terrible frame rate drop and the infamous face glitch. Needless to say, Ubisoft have had a lot of bridges to repair, and to their credit, they did sort out most of the problems on the console versions of this title fairly quickly. As an added apology to gamers across the globe, Ubisoft have made their Dead Kings DLC free to play. I liked Assassin's Creed Unity, and I thought that it took the game back to its roots. It beefed up the combat system so that it took actual skill to beat opponents, and it reincorporated the stealth mechanics that had been missing from many of the subsequent installments. It was a great change of pace from the action-packed AC3 and Black Flag, and a return to form for the Assassin Order. Dead King seems to take this theory and turns it all the way up to 11. Sadly though, it's just not up to scratch. In broad strokes, the Dead Kings DLC has a limited storyline. It's pieced together in a rather haphazardly way, and for most of the missions, Arno, our highly trained assassin, will follow the whims of an orphan boy who's dead set on saving the French people. It is absurd that this child becomes one of the main mission providers in this short DLC pack, and I think that we should all take a few seconds just to let that sink in. The missions have a huge emphasis on stealth and problem solving. There are more than a few puzzles to solve in this 3 or 4 hour run through, and some work better than others. You'll pick up a lantern that is integral to solving these puzzles, as well as helping you to navigate around the mostly subterranean mission environments. It was a nice gimmick to begin with, but it grew stale as using the lantern for the puzzles is one thing, but needing to search for oil to refill it so that I could climb up a bug-infested wall was irksome. That's how I found most of Dead Kings. Tiresome, frustrating, and irksome. I completely understand that puzzles shouldn't be easy. It's kind of the point of them after all. But a couple of the puzzles had no indicators to tell the player what to do. One in particular had me stumped, so much so that I actually had to go online to get the answer. It was at this point that I encountered the first of several game-breaking glitches. The puzzle in question was one where I had to activate 4 buttons. These lit torches that highlighted hidden writing on a wall. There were no clues that I could see to tell me what order to press these buttons. So, in my ever-present wisdom, I went through the motions of trial and error. I tried every possibility and nothing worked. When I looked online, I saw that I had used the right answer, but still, it wouldn't complete the puzzle. A quick game reset and the puzzle was solved. Now this happened to me several times throughout my playthrough. It's frustrating, it's time consuming, and it's a real letdown that these big game-breaking glitches are in this pack. And there's plenty of other problems too. The free running and combat mechanics aren't always 100% in the main Unity missions, but the number of issues I had with this pack was staggering. Arno would regularly just stop fighting in the middle of combat. I was unable to attack, dodge or parry, which, not surprisingly, ended in my frequent death. On more than one occasion, Arno simply fell to his death by trying to jump past the object that I was aiming for. Dead Kings isn't all bad. It introduces a new weapon type called the guillotine gun. This is a hybrid weapon that really speaks to me in my more bloodthirsty moments. It's a huge blunderbuss that fires mortar rounds, explosive canisters that can wipe out half a dozen enemies at once. It has supreme firepower, but low ammo capacity. On the barrel of this beast is an axe blade. It's a great heavy weapon that made me really feel like a powerhouse in combat. There's also armour and equipment that's available to purchase and find throughout the DLC. All of these add a little something to Unity as a whole. I really wanted to like Dead Kings, but there were just too many problems that I encountered for there to be anything other than a bad taste in my mouth. If you like the exploration of caves and tombs in previous games, then you'll probably get off on this DLC pack, but be prepared for these glitches. For me, the best thing about Dead Kings is that it offers the addition of this new weapon type. I won't be going back to play these missions, but I sure as hell will be chopping my way through the Revolution. As this is a free DLC pack, I can't complain about the price, but with poorly explained puzzles, annoying mechanics and more glitches than I care to count, it fails to live up to the overall Unity experience. New weapons and equipments do bring something new to the table, but in order to get them, you have to wade through one of the most bug-ridden and glitchy installments that I have played in years.